welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're zeroing in on something really fundamental to, well, a happy life, I think, which is the strength of our relationships, how deep our connections go.
Absolutely essential stuff.
It really is. And we've been looking at different ways to nurture these connections, and today we're focusing on journaling.
Right, journaling, which might seem a bit old school to some, maybe, but it's surprisingly powerful.
Exactly. We're drawing on some interesting sources, including some insights around Listalian journals. Many of you know them. They specifically design their notebooks with this idea of, well, deepening relationships in mind.
Yeah, they've really leaned into that, haven't they? Creating a tool specifically for this purpose.
They have. So our mission today is really to explore how this simple act, putting pen to paper, especially maybe using a dedicated journal like one from Listalian, can genuinely help you build stronger, more meaningful bonds.
And we should probably touch on the common hurdles too, right? The things people struggle with.
Oh, definitely. Things like, communication breakdowns, trust issues that creep in, maybe unresolved feelings that just hang around.
Yeah, the stuff that creates distance and how journaling might offer a way through some of that.
Exactly.
It's quite compelling, isn't it, in this super digital age we live in?
Right.
Turning to something so, well, tangible, so personal, like a journal. It feels almost countercultural.
Yeah, a quiet rebellion. I like that.
And what's really interesting is how this, internal process, just you and the page, can actually lead to such big improvements in our external relationships.
It's fascinating. And when we talk about journaling for relationships, it's really about carving out that space, a dedicated space, mentally and physically, too, to properly look at our thoughts, our feelings about the people in our lives. And Listalian, with their focus on quality.
They did that physical part.
They really do. Think about it having a journal that feels good in your hands, like those ones they do with the that really nice 120 GSM paper.
Yeah, that thick, smooth paper.
Yeah.
And the soft cover.
Right. It kind of elevates the whole practice, doesn't it? It signals, okay, this is important time. It becomes your own private sanctuary for sorting through everything. Gratitude, tricky stuff, all of it.
That tangible quality, it's so important. Actually writing by hand, not typing, it uses different parts of your brain, doesn't it? It can really deepen the connection to what you're thinking and feeling.
That makes sense.
And like Listalian obviously knows, a well-made journal encourages you to actually use it regularly. Consistency is key if you want to see those long-term benefits in your relationships.
Right, sticking with it.
And that regular journaling, it's this amazing opportunity for self-awareness, which is like the foundation for any healthy relationship, really. By reflecting on how we interact, day to day, we start seeing our own patterns, maybe our triggers.
Yeah. What sets you off?
Exactly. And knowing that lets you approach things differently next time, more intentionally, less reactive, which usually means clearer conversations.
It really does. It's like, understand your own stuff first before trying to navigate someone else's. I actually saw this happen with a friend, Mark.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he used to get so frustrated with his sister. Constant misunderstanding. He started using a journal. It wasn't a Listalian back then, just a regular notebook, to write down how he felt after they talked, trying to figure out why certain things she said just, pushed his buttons.
Okay, so processing afterwards.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And he told me just writing it down helped him see his own part in it, like his defensiveness. It wasn't about blaming her, but understanding his reaction.
That's huge.
It was. And that self-awareness let him talk to her way more calmly, more understandingly. And honestly, it made a massive difference to their relationship.
That's a brilliant example of how journaling works for emotional regulation. There's research on this. Putting feelings into words helps manage them.
Right.
And journaling gives you that safe space to do it. You figure out your own emotional weather before you, step out into the conversation with your partner or whoever.
Yeah. Emotional weather. I like that.
So when you think about those common friction points, difficulty saying what you need, maybe trust issues from past hurts, or just, old stuff that hasn't been resolved.
Yeah, baggage.
Right. Journaling gives you a way to unpack all that complexity, just writing down the frustrations, the joys too, even what you hope for in the relationship. It can bring so much clarity.
Absolutely. It's like untangling a knot.
Yeah.
Laying all the threads out so you can actually see them. And I think even a simple feature like the lined pages you find in, say, a Listalian journal helps with that. Gives you a bit of structure, a framework for those thoughts as they spill out.
A container for it all.
Exactly. A dedicated container.
And that container becomes this sort of archive of your relationship experiences over time. My grandmother, actually, she kept a journal her whole marriage.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it wasn't like specifically about relationship problems, but reading it after my grandfather passed, it gave us this incredible picture of their life together, the everyday bits, the challenges they got through, the small moments she treasured.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
It became this amazing record of their history, the strength of their bond.
That really shows how journaling can help build and sort of preserve the story of a relationship.
Yeah.
And that's so vital for emotional intimacy, isn't it? Intimacy needs that openness, that trust, sharing vulnerabilities.
Definitely. But saying those deep things out loud, it can feel really risky sometimes.
Sure.
So journaling is like a safe first step. You can get those feelings out honestly, just for yourself at first, on the page.
Yeah, testing the waters with yourself first.
Precisely. And using relationship prompts can be really good here, specific questions to get you thinking.
Like what sort of things?
Oh, like, what's something small my partner did recently that made me feel really appreciated? Or maybe, where could I listen better in our conversations?
Ah, okay. Focused reflection.
Exactly. They're not just surface level things. They push you towards understanding yourself and the dynamic better. And just reflecting regularly on daily interactions in your journal, it can start to show you patterns.
Good and bad, I guess.
Both. Things you might totally miss otherwise. You start seeing your own contribution more clearly, the good stuff you bring, but also the areas where maybe you need to grow a bit.
And that's where having a journal that feels, substantial and inviting helps again.
Yeah.
Like the Listalian ones with that thicker paper.
Right. No bleed through.
Yeah. Knowing you've got plenty of space, what is it, like 211 pages, and the paper can handle it, it encourages you to really dig deep, be more honest.
You don't feel like you have to hold back.
Exactly. I remember going through a rough patch with a close friend once. I started journaling just about our interactions, really trying to see her side and also my reactions. And writing it all out, sometimes pages and pages, it helped me spot my own blind spots in the friendship. It gave me the guts, really, to have a properly open conversation with her.
And did it help?
Massively. It actually brought us way closer in the end.
See, identifying your own role, that's just so crucial. And journaling is such a good tool for building that self-awareness. Okay, so let's think about couples specifically.
Right.
Life gets busy, right? Work, kids, chores. Sometimes those really meaningful one-on-one chats just fall by the wayside.
Totally happens. You're just managing logistics half the time.
Exactly. So a shared relationship journal, that can become this really intentional space for couples to reconnect, emotionally connect.
Yeah, I like that idea. Shared space. It's like a private forum, isn't it?
Yeah.
Where you can actually write down your appreciation for each other.
Yeah, express love, gratitude.
Set goals together. Maybe reflect on big moments, good or bad, that you've navigated as a team.
And even deal with those little misunderstandings thoughtfully in writing before they blow up.
Oh, that's a good point. Nip it in the bud.
And this idea of partner journaling, where both people write in the same journal, that can be incredibly enriching.
How so?
Well, it creates this ongoing written conversation, a tangible record of your journey together. You can literally look back.
And see how you dealt with things before.
Exactly. See how you navigated stuff, witness how your bond has evolved. It really reinforces that need for consistent communication, for expressing emotions to each other.
That makes a lot of sense.
And features in notebooks like Listalian's, the numbered pages, the table of contents.
Yeah.
They seem small, but for a couple, using a shared journal, super practical. Makes it easy to organize things, find old entries, track your growth together.
It just supports the whole process, makes it easier to stick with.
Precisely.
It really hammers home the point, doesn't it? Strong relationships don't just happen. They need work, intentional effort.
Thoughtful reflection.
And a commitment to growing, individually and together. And like we've explored today, journaling, especially with a quality notebook that invites you to use it, like those from Listalian, can be a seriously effective tool in that ongoing work.
So maybe as you go about your day-to-day, just, think about how adding some journaling, even just a little bit, might help you get those deeper connections you're looking for. It doesn't have to be this huge, daunting thing. A few minutes can make a real difference, unlock some insights.
Definitely. And maybe a final thought to leave you with. Think about one relationship in your life you'd like to nurture more intentionally right now. What's just one small thing you could maybe jot down and reflect on in a journal today?
Mhm.
something that might open the door, even just a crack, to more understanding, a deeper connection.